Coming up, we're talking Dirt Car Nationals, Nick Hoffman, Lucas at East Bay, Jonathan Davenport, the Short Track Super Series, Dylan Westbrook, and Jake Neuman. We better get going. Today is Wednesday, February 9th, 2022. Welcome into Dirt Tracker Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Getting a little bit of an early start this morning. I got a busy day ahead, but still wanted to get the show out this morning. It just wasn't meant to be on Tuesday night around Florida. We lost both Dirt Car Nationals and the Lucas Late Models at East Bay to the rain, but hopefully we're good to go for the remainder of the week. Things should be much drier and a little bit warmer now through Saturday. Over at Volusia tonight, we're getting hopefully the first night of UMP Modifieds and the All-Star Opener. It's been a tough start to 2022 down south for the All-Star Circuit of Champions, with both of their nights at Sonoya canceled and the first night at Volusia. These early season races aren't for points though, so these nights will have no effect on the championship anyway. I'm not going to dive super deep into the All-Stars just yet. I said this before, but we'll wait until we get closer to that points opener at Attica to really look through the field of drivers for the season. There is still some time for guys to declare for the All-Stars. What you'll see at Volusia tonight will be a mixture of series regulars and outlaw guys. This will be a tune-up for a lot of the teams for the outlaw nights that are coming up at Volusia. After tonight, the All-Stars will move over to East Bay for 2 nights of racing on Monday and Tuesday to kind of wrap up this southern swing to start the season. I mentioned yesterday that the win predictor likes Brad Sweet for tonight, and I'll go with that for my pick as well. The track will definitely be hammered down with all of this rain we've had, and you'll need big horsepower to be in the mix for the win. I'm hoping for all my friends at WRG that things go smooth tonight and through the rest of DCM. This event is a grind for those who put it on every year and quite a large feat of organization. Remember that if racing does happen tonight, streaming will be an issue with the All-Stars live on Flow and the Modifieds on Dirt Vision. So if you want to watch everything, you will be jumping back and forth. After tonight, the rest of the event will be on Dirt Vision each night. One driver who we will see all week in his modified is Nick Hoffman, but it sounds like we'll continue to see him branch out this season in other forms of dirt racing as well. He was really good in the midget at the Dome in December, was again at the Chili Bowl, and then shared yesterday in a tweet that we could see him some with the new Extreme Outlaw Series this year. He's been driving in these midget events for Rams Racing, and it sounds like that will continue. I think Hoffman is a guy that doesn't get enough recognition and respect nationally for what he does in a race car. Because besides building really good modifieds, he's also one hell of a wheelman. I don't know about his late model schedule for 2022, but he did a really nice job driving a Bloomquist car last season also. I hope we get to see him more on that side as well in 2022. Over at East Bay tonight, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series will pick up from where they left off on Monday night. Hopefully they have a little bit better luck with the track, but I did think the feature was pretty good the other night. As usual, anything can and will happen when those late models take to East Bay. The DirtTracker.com analytics prediction formula still has Shepard for the win, while I'm keeping my pick of Overton from Tuesday. Devin Moran continues to lead Brandon Shepard and Tim McCready in the standings, with Ricky Thornton Jr. and Tyler Erb completing the top 5. Obviously, once things shake out and Moran and Shepard go their separate ways, we'll probably have McCready leading this thing over some combination of RTJ, Erb, and O'Neill. Keep in mind that only a driver's best 5 finishes from Speed Weeks will count towards the season-long standings, so guys can afford to have some not great nights through this early opening stretch. If you can't be at the Tampa area racetrack tonight, you can watch live on MAV TV+. One big name late model driver that is missing this week from East Bay is Jonathan Davenport, and if you watch or listen to this show regularly, you already knew that. But apparently a lot of other folks didn't, and there have been a lot of posts on social media about his absence. So many, in fact, that Davenport and his team found it necessary to post on their Facebook page explaining what's up and reminding people that Superman hasn't in fact retired. They even used the hashtag #NotRetired. In the post, the team reiterated their commitment to dirt late model racing and again explained that they will not be racing for a championship this season, instead choosing to focus on big money races. The 49 schedule will continue to be fluid, but they did publicly share some races on their slate for this year. They've added the 2 Bristol XR weekends, Lucas at Tyler County, the Flow Racing Show at Eldora, the 2 XR nights at Alltech, the Bristol World of Outlaws weekend, plus the big shows at Eldora, the Million, the Dream, and the World. This is in addition to the Outlaw weekend at Revolution Park, which was already on their schedule. And that definitely won't be the only times we see Superman. This is just kind of a little bit of a taste of where they're looking for this year. All of this is in line with what we expected from Davenport and the team this season. There's a lot of money to be won around the country this year in dirt late model racing, and some guys have just decided that the series aren't worth it right now. Davenport being one and Jimmy Owens being another. If that works for their teams and sponsors, then more power to them. This is not a new strategy for dirt racers. It's been going on for decades, and one that actually we have seen recently with Brandon Overton, who worked it to perfection, especially last year. If you'd like to see the full rundown on JD's schedule, you can find it over on his website at jonathandavenport.net. Elsewhere tonight, if you want to check out a little modified action, the Short Track Super Series is also down in Florida to get their season rolling. The Modifieds and 602 Sportsmen are in action for the next 4 nights at All-Tech Raceway. Tonight is $4,000 to win with payups ramping up through Saturday night. The series had scheduled a practice night for Tuesday, but the rain ruined that. Teams will get track time earlier in the day today before the racing program gets started tonight. Some names to expect at All-Tech include Billy Pouch Jr., Tyler Seary, Alex Jankowski, Tim Buckwalter, Larry White, Mike Mahaney, Mike Maresca, Matt Shepard, Stuart Friesen, and more. A lot of these guys will then stick around to run the Super Dirt Car Series portion of Dirt Car Nationals next week at Volusia. If you can't be at All-Tech, the entire Short Track Super Series schedule can be watched live on Flow Racing. The ASCS National Tour isn't set to get going until later in March, but the full-time field of drivers continues to evolve. We've already talked about Brandon Anderson and Garrett Williamson jumping in, along with defending champion Blake Hahn coming back. Joining those 3 will be Canadian driver Dylan Westbrook. Westbrook will be entering his 3rd season with the 360 Sprint Car Series, driving for the Hills Racing Team. He finished 4th in the final standings in 2021, bagging 2 wins, 20 top 5s, and 25 top 10s in 38 feature appearances. He continues to make improvements and should be set to challenge Hahn and others for that championship this year. According to Brian Holbert, Westbrook is headed south coming up to race with the USCS, All-Stars, and the King of the 360s before that ASCS season begins. That'll give them plenty of time and laps to get their car ready to roll when the season opener takes place at Devil's Bowl in Texas on March 18th. As a side note, I've been working on adding the ASCS to the analytics section of DirtTracker.com. That'll be the 9th series or event we are keeping track of there. I should be able to debut that new section pretty soon. I think this is an interesting series to track, especially with how much sprint car talent has come through there in the past. We saw Ryan Timms impress with the series in 2022, along with JJ Hickel. And past champions include Sam Hafertepe Jr., Aaron Reitzel, Jason Johnson, Shane Stewart, and others. I think it will allow us to keep some tabs on some of these young drivers coming up through the ranks as they gain experience in a sprint car. I'll keep you posted as to when that new section is live. Another driver we'll see a lot in the sprint car this upcoming season is Illinois driver Jake Neuman. He's set to run a sizable 410 schedule between the IRA, MOA, and the new POWRi 410 league that is racing in the Midwest. Newman was the 2020 POWRi National Midget Champion and picked up wins last year in both the sprint car and midget. His Brandt-sponsored 3N cars have been recognizable around the country for a while, including with USAC, with POWRi, and at the Chili Bowl. Newman also made 2 appearances with the World of Outlaws last year, taking on the Ironman 55 weekend at Peevely. On the podcast front, there are new episodes this week from a few shows. Wing Nation has Mark Smith and Wayne Johnson. Loud Pedal has Taylor Reimer. Ohio Dirt has their 100th episode plus Corbin Gurley. And there's a new episode of The Dirt Nerds. To see the full list of shows and episodes, check out dirttracker.com/podcasts. And there are 6 shows on the streaming schedule today. Dirt Car Nationals is again split between Dirt Vision and Flow Racing. The mods on DV and the All-Stars over on Flow. Flow also has the Short Track Super Series from All-Tech and Flow 24/7. MAV TV Plus has the Lucas Lay models from East Bay, and Speed Sport has racing from Hendry County. To see the full daily streaming schedule with links to watch, visit dirttracker.com/watch tonight. That's it for the show today. Have a good Wednesday. If you have thoughts about the topics on today's show, please leave them in the comments below or tweet at me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.